everyone, and welcome to our first in-person store tour for about 18 months now. Very excited to be back and in the fantastic camp store on 5th Avenue. I have with me today Amanda Raposo, Chief Experience Officer of Camp. Thank you so much for taking the time, Amanda.
Thank you so much for coming. We're so excited to have you.
It is such an exciting event and activation happening here at the camp store. But before we get into that, Amanda, I'm hoping everyone knows camp by now because you guys do so many cool things, but let's start with the brand, its essence, what you guys are all about.
Camp is a family experience company built to help your family answer the question, what should we do today? We have 6 retail locations, 4 here in New York City, 1 in Dallas, Texas, and 1 in South Norwalk, Connecticut. We provide a unique blend of product, play, and programming, and we're known locally as the store with the magic door.
I love that, and I love the mission of answering the question, what should we do today? As someone with a 3.5-year-old, I ask it very often. And I appreciate that the camp locations, the ones that I've seen, are very consistent in, merchandising approach, style, but there's always something unique and special about each location, right? So how do you go about determining that right mix of brand consistency and creating something very unique and special?
That's right. So one special part of the camp model is that we provide rotating themes. So you might come to this 5th Avenue location and see one theme, and then in 4 months from now, it'll be an entirely different experience. So we pick our themes based on what we know families are looking to do and how they might go about playing together. And what stays consistent is our beautiful curation of product by our merchandising team, our incredible staff, and the programming, the quality of programming that we offer to you every time you come back.
Excellent. Well, that brings us to the main event, Cosmic Camp, which is so cool and exciting. And thank you again for opening the doors for us before it's officially unveiled. Let's start with the goals. So you talked about how these experiences and activations are very unique to the specific areas and, of course, the families that you're trying to serve. So why Cosmic Camp? Why was this the theme that you wanted to really double down on?
We felt strongly that we needed to provide a true escape to families in and around the area. We decided for the first time to create a purely immersive experience that is all adventure-based. That means there, for the first time ever, is no product behind the magic door. It's meant to just be a space for you to play and have fun and reconnect as a family out in the world safely and with all ages.
That's excellent. And I like that you made that distinction, because usually when we talk about experiential, it's how do we get people to spend more time in the store? How do we get them to touch and feel the product, test it out? So these are 2 distinct experiences, and the overall experience of Cosmic Camp is very action-oriented, right? So how did you guys figure out the best ways to engage your families and get them fully immersed in going to space?
It's a great question. We wanted to first leverage the technology we saw popping up in other types of immersive experiences. So you'll see lots of projection mapping behind the magic door that really immerse you into another galaxy, right? But what is unique and always consistent to camp is the physical play and the tactile touch, right? So there's a really nice blend of both immersive projective mapping experience and also physical challenges and skill-based games that the whole family can enjoy. So we have about 10 different challenges back there. We also have a live game show hosted by an alien that is one of our, camp counselors, of course. And your job as a team is to help Scout the Bear, who's our mascot, floating in outer space, capture all of his coins because he lost his coins. So, of course, right? Of course, Scout. So the plan as a family is to go in as a family, leave as a crew. We've designed it to be a truly all-age experience. So a little one as young as yours, 3.5, can enjoy the slide and can enjoy just pressing a bunch of buttons. An older kid, maybe 9, 10, might be more competitive, right, and want to capture their coins and beat their score every time they come back. So it's a really nice balance of experience that is truly meant for the whole family.
That's fantastic. I appreciate the thoughtfulness of the different age levels, that you can still make it enjoyable and entertaining for young toddlers all the way through to 9 or 10-year-olds, which is fantastic, right? I think the goal, like you said, is for everyone to be excited to, be back in person again and engage with each other as a family or even as a community, which brings me to my next question around just the marketing and the activation. Camp always does such fun marketing campaigns and brand awareness plays. So what was your approach for spreading the word about Cosmic Camp?
This was one of our first kind of fully omni-channel marketing campaigns. Of course, we're always using our social platform to share with our community what's to come. Usually we're pretty quiet about the new theme, and that in itself becomes a little buzzworthy. This time, because it's a ticketed experience, we announced it well before opening. And really went all in all the ways we can reach the New York City community. So there are subway ads, there are billboards, there was even a rogue astronaut on the subway.
I saw that on social media. I was like, this is the best.
Yes,
I love it.
Exactly, to just capture content that people will love and share. Because ultimately as camp, we are a family experience. Word of mouth is our strongest kind of tool for getting the word out.
Excellent. And you noted that this is a ticketed experience, which
That's
is a new thing for camp. And it's going to be happening around the holiday season, right? So have there been any discussions or at the strategic level? How did you go about determining, okay, we want something great that drives traffic, drives excitement and buzz, but we want to be mindful, of course, of the circumstances, and some people may be at varying comfort levels to come to an experience like this.
That's exactly right. So for us, we are a retail experience. We put family experience first. We know that come holiday, we are going to have to be a very retail-heavy location, right? Mm-hmm. Because the holidays are our most performative time of year. Until then, we really wanted to give families what they need, which is an experience outside of their home. And like you said, we know that we also have to keep them safe. So that's kind of what the thought process was behind making it a ticketed experience. We have a very limited capacity, well below what the actual mandate is behind the Magic Door. We also are following local guidelines recommending masks and requiring vaccines come September, along with the mandate that we'll be rolling out then. So it's a fully sanitized, safe, socially distant experience. And it's open play, right? So you as a family get to decide where to go and how to navigate the space without feeling like at any given point in time you have to be kind of grouped with another crew or another family.
Got it. So all about comfort, safety, and flexibility too, which I could imagine is a big draw for some of the families that come to visit. This is so exciting, such a fun concept, and I could imagine a lot of room for future innovation and future experimentation. So how are you taking the learnings or experiences from Cosmic Camp and kind of using it as inspiration to guide your future initiatives?
Of course. Well, what's beautiful about camp is that we can look towards the whole year and always meet the family where they're at. Maybe at a time like this, we're doing a ticketed experience. Maybe during the holidays, we're going really heavy on retail because we know that is where the family is looking to be, right? So for us, we want to see first and foremost, is our hypothesis right? Is an experience like this what your family needs? Is the sentiment positive? Is the feedback good? Are people coming back? Are they sharing with their friends? Are they willing to go out and make sure they're bringing more people in and maybe even buying product when they come? So we're looking at all of the kind of more traditional metrics around retail sales, Net Promoter Score, and an overall sentiment of our customers to make sure that we're really delivering on the promise of creating that family experience.
That's great. And what I find most fascinating and valuable, I can imagine, for an experience like this is it can be both a acquisition tool, right? Like if I discover it through your guerrilla marketing or a social advertising campaign, that's great, but it's also a powerful retention tool as well, I could imagine, because there are people, I'm sure, in the New York City area and where your other stores are that see camp as the place to go, right? So is it true that you're kind of looking at it through both lenses?
Of course. I mean, what's beautiful about camp is by nature of how we operate, it is a retention tool, right? Because we're always changing. You come one day, it's one thing, you come another, it might be an entirely different experience, but we always have what we started with, the consistency of people, the consistency of programming, of product, and ultimately of family experience, right? Of the joy that you see in your kid's face every time they come back and have an entirely new, jaw-dropping moment of discovery. So as long as we keep all of that consistent, there's no way as a local family you're not going to be anticipating what's coming next, because at the end of the day, everyone's looking for a way to answer that question, what should we do today? And there's nothing more fun than coming to camp and having that experience with your family.
I love it. Amanda, thank you again so much for taking the time. Cosmic Camp really is bringing the brand to the next level. So I'm very excited to do a deep dive into the tour experience, and most of all to see what camp has in store for the future. Thank you again so much for taking the time.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Let's go play.
Yep. And to all of you, thank you for joining us. We're going to go to space now. So we'll see you next time. Bye.